Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live here just outside of Seattle. And it's actually, I think, going to be a really, really pretty day. I think it's going to be in the 50s or something like that. So we're starting to warm up so that the tulips can bloom and we can enjoy ourselves. We're taking calls today.
We are.
And
yep. Tulips are so pretty.
So pretty. I know. All the daffodils, the tulips, the hyacinths, all these gorgeous spring flowers. Yeah, they're really, really pretty.
Are you going to get north to the Tulip Festival this year?
I might actually. I have more free time than I normally have had in the past, so I could actually go there this year.
So I think that's a yes. The family should be there. You should also do like a family photo op.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, it's really beautiful there. It's just stunning. Yes.
We went last year with the kids and had some good times.
Good. Did you guys buy bulbs too? So you can plant them at home?
We didn't. I think we were talking about it after we left, and then we should, because we kind of actually got up there at the end of the season, just with scheduling and so forth like that. So we will try to get up there earlier and do that this year.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I love it. Yeah. So today we'll talk about staying present in between our phone calls. Just recognizing that it's this nothingness is the doorway to all of the multisensory experiences you could possibly desire. Any answer to any question that you have, it's through the doorway of the present moment. So we'll talk about tools and tips so that you
tricks, and all those good things.
Yeah. So that you can stay in that present moment for periods of time and not just constantly be reevaluating the analytical mind, because that has nothing to do with your multisensory connection whatsoever.
There you go. All right, let's get up these phone lines, 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And we will take now Sarah, first off, calling in from the California area. Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Sure.
So I'm feeling paralyzed navigating my divorce. I've got three kids, 16, 6, and 6, and an array of some known and some unknown health issues. I homeschool the kids since COVID. And I've been in this battle to move out of this large city that I'm in that has never really been a fit for my spirit. Making the best of it while I'm here, but somewhat feeling trapped, unable to fly due to one of the chronic conditions. So interested in your thoughts on what's going on the health front, the move front, and in terms, I have a 16-year-old daughter who's not working with the father, and extreme housing difficulties, and a young son who has some issues. So it's a whole array, and I wanted to know what you thought in terms of a reading, energy, guides.
Well, sure. Well, I won't be able to answer all of your questions because that would take a lot more than the few minutes we have here on the show. But you do have a tendency to stay in victim consciousness. It could be a family pattern where people feel victimized for logical reasons, and then they adapt to that pattern and they keep that pattern working in their lives. So that's the one thing you're going to have to really, really work on. So we can get these health issues to resolve, better housing situation, all of those things. You have to get out of victimization. So you have to take responsibility for the vibration of your energy that tends to feel comfortable in this vibration of victimization. Does that make sense?
It totally does. I don't know, tool-wise, can you give me any direction?
Well, first, you're going to have to recognize that you are manifesting your realities, all of them, and you're doing it through the lens of that you're not powerful, you don't get to have what you want, you have to suffer. You're doing it from that lens. So you're going to have to start raising your frequency, because victimization is a low vibration. I mean, I did draw out your energy and it looks lovely, by the way. Really, really lovely. You've got great energy. You're pulling in through every chakra of your body, but your mindset is in this woe is me, life is terrible. So we need to have your mind change its frequency, regardless of what your logical mind says about what's going on. That's the secret to evading a victimization pattern. But for anyone who wants to manifest anything in their life, they have to be very conscious of where their mind is going and consciously shift their mind. You have to alter your vibration. So first of all, I don't think you should ever use the word paralyzed when you're discussing any aspect of your life, because the throat chakra is the most powerful vortex in the physical body. And if you're using a word like paralyzed, you're literally freezing your manifesting energy. You're not allowing it to continue to blossom and be active. So I want you to be mindful of the language that you're using as you're describing your life. Even though your logical mind will agree with the language, I want you to be very conscious and use more positive tools like, wow, we have this incredible opportunity to have a completely life experience now, a different life experience. I want you to start using positive words to describe yourself and your situation.
Right. I feel the lack of clarity, even as I'm in a situation that forces me to have clarity to know what to fight for in the divorce. Like, I need to know what I'm setting my vision on. And I felt stymied. I felt a little like, okay, I thought I really wanted to go and be with my people, like back in Massachusetts, like go. But some of the health stuff that's come up has made me feel like, is this intuition? Is this fear?
I wouldn't make any decisions right now. I don't think you should make any decisions. You don't have your energy in a place that's high enough where even if you were to move to Hawaii, that you're going to have the positive experiences you want. Your energy has been so battered by that victimization pattern that you aren't ready to make a lot of choices. You're ready to change your energy, and external forces don't change the energy permanently. They can create temporary shifts in energy, but you have to work on changing your energy permanently so that you can have the life that you desire. And you're not going to have the clarity from a victimization vibration.
Mm-hmm. I get it. And if life just forces me, like if the circumstances just force me to have a decision because I can't stop decision-making processes, I just do whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. What are you
talking
about?
if I'm in a legal process, I either push forward or
I think you have to listen to your lawyers. If you're getting a divorce and you have attorneys, you need to listen to what they say. You hire them for a specific reason.
No, but if I've been fighting to move, and it's a long process, and I can't either like say forget it, I'm not doing it, or I keep moving forward.
Well, like you said, it's a long process, so you can stay in the process of fighting to move. You've got plenty of time to shift your energy before you actually move. And even if you got permission to move, you still get to do whatever you want. So,
and health-wise, are you seeing like?
I'm not. I really think if you shift your frequency, so many things are going to drastically change in your life. This is really about your vibration. I think you incarnated into this lifetime. Of course, we have multiple things that we want to explore and rediscover, but it's to get rid of this victimization. It's been haunting you for centuries. Haunting, and it's victimization is so logical. It's like black and white. It's like, well, this happened, so I have to feel like this. You have to go against that pattern so you can break it and start to attract higher vibrational experiences, which are really fulfilling and fun and playful and all the things that you truly desire.
Okay. And worry about the kids or not? Are they going to be okay? Or do I,
of course, the kids are fine. Again, that's another victimization comment, because you've already made this decision. I know, but you've already made this decision. You're moving forward. Kids are, 50% of the population is divorced. So let's really analyze what victimization looks like, maybe find some books on it, start using positive what if questions. What if I'm falling madly in love with myself? What if I'm attracting incredible life experiences? What if I'm shifting my vibration? And let's just see what happens. Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
All right. Thanks very much, Sarah, for calling in from the California area. 877-825-8828.
And you know what? Before we go to our next caller, Benny, I just want to say patterns are one of the hardest ones to break, especially if they're generational.
Mhm.
And a lot of people who are experiencing them, their parents were like that or their grandparents. And again, logical reasons, when we think about our like our grandparents or parents who lived through the depression, and so they're scared of not having enough resources, and they're always in some sort of victimization, even though they have plenty of resources and a stockpile of canned food and the basement. So these things are kind of hardwired into people. And once we recognize that they exist and we are mindful of the pattern, then we can start to change it so that people can have the lives that they deserve.
Couldn't agree more. Very true. All right. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And we will now take Lisa, who's calling in from the Virginia area. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
Okay. I just have, usually you've kind of taught people, or I interpret it for myself that when you just have like little health things, usually just don't give them too much attention. But I have like a few of them, and at least two of them are, I'm wondering if, one of them's driving me crazy.
Mhm.
And the other one, I'm just wondering if I really need to kind of follow up with a doctor and maybe start medication. So the issues are just probably the past at least, and I'm postmenopausal like for years, and I never had any issues going through it. But for the past couple months, I've been when I go to sleep, I'm waking up sometimes multiple times to
Yeah.
go to the bathroom, and I think it's actually just exhausting me like throughout the day
Yeah.
and making me feel
Yeah.
exhausted. And by 2 o'clock, sometimes I can't even do anything. And yeah, like yesterday, I went to take a long walk, and then I was just toast for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And the other
So,
thing,
okay, go. Well, let's just start with this one. Well, I know you, and you are a nurse.
Mhm.
But when you go get hormones, because just because someone's postmenopausal doesn't mean their hormones aren't continuing to go down, right? As long as you have your ovaries, your hormones are going to continue to go down. And some people aren't affected with, that certain onset of menopause. Some people are affected later. Even I have some clients in their 70s that are now finally not sleeping and don't have their energy, but they were fine prior to that. So yes, you need compounded hormones. I don't believe you have a history of any form of cancer in your body, because sometimes hormones are counterindicated when someone's had certain type of cancers, but compounded, not modern medicine hormones, because those are definitely toxic, in my opinion, or more problematic in terms of health issues that could arise for us. But yes, you need hormones replacement compound, and it doesn't have to be like in your 20s, but we just need to get you back up to where you were a couple years ago or even 5 years ago, so you can go back to sleeping.
Okay, so that is what the cause of it?
Yes, that is the
Okay.
problem.
With
Yeah, that is
topical,
the problem.
when I told my
Yeah,
doctor a few months ago, he suggested going to my gynecologist and asking for topical estrogen. Would that work?
yeah. A topical estrogen is perfect, but I want you to see a naturopath or an allopathic doctor, because most modern medicine doctors don't prescribe compounded hormones, and they're more naturally based. They align to the human form of hormones, and so they're easy to release the toxins, and they work better in your body. They don't create a lot of problems. Like a lot of people get cancers and other health issues from modern medicine's form of hormone replacement. So
Okay.
yes, topical estrogen in the morning, first thing in the morning, and then I like oral progesterone actually at night. It helps you sleep. It relaxes all the smooth muscles and lets you go to sleep and relaxes your brain.
Okay.
So, okay,
Yeah, I do have they're not small. They were very small the last I had them checked, but I do have fibroids. Is that still okay?
yeah. Well, fibroids are non-cancerous, right? I
Right.
mean, right. So that's good. I don't think that you're going to be feeding your hormones enough to make the fibroids continue to grow.
Okay.
And are they continuing to get small? Are they shrinking?
I don't know. The last doctor didn't feel a need to even follow up on it.
Great, great.
I
So
switched to
we're
a
not going to be.
gynecologist, and
That's
or
that's great.
mine retired, so I had to switch. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Healthcare's kind of. I'm not sure how focused they are anymore on the patient.
Well, if they're not noticing them, then that's a good sign, and that's the great thing about menopause. When people have fibroids, is they get smaller, unless they're problematic, trapped in the lining and growing, outside of the uterus, which they can do. I don't think you're going to be getting enough hormones to put you back in a premenopausal state. We just want you to be like, have some hormones back, where you were,
energy and sleep.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So sometimes people freak out because they think that, they're going to get all these massive doses of hormones so that they're going to be like in their 20s. But no, it's okay to get some hormone replacement back so that you can get the rest. Yeah.
Do you think I'll have an okay time? Seattle's different than Richmond, Virginia.
Right.
Do you think I'll have an okay time trying to find this person?
Well, I don't know if Virginia licensed naturopaths. Only 27 states in the United States do. So you'll have to check that out.
Okay.
And then because you work in medicine, which is great, start asking around. Does anybody know a great naturopath?
Okay.
Or you might find a nurse practitioner who prescribes compounded hormones, or you might find an allopathic physician.
You're right, asking around.
Yeah, just ask around and just keep the phrase compounded hormones.
Okay.
So they go to a completely different pharmacy that uses natural ingredients to the best of their ability to create these beautiful replacements.
Okay. And my other question, or my other little issues were my blood pressure's been high every time someone has taken it, and I have this weird.
I think you're just exhausted. I think you're exhausted and worn out.
Okay. So don't take medicine for that yet, or encourage.
Well, let's try some hormones first, and let's see how you do. I mean, luckily you are a nurse, so you're going to monitor your body and make good decisions for you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think you're going to need blood pressure medication, but we'll find out.
Okay. And is the hormones related to feeling like hot and cold out of nowhere?
Yeah. Hormones can have an array of issues and symptoms that are very different from person to person. And unfortunately, doctors haven't really learned about this. A lot of physicians haven't. I've had so many clients that were on antipsychotics, antidepressants, and Valium, which is, they used to give women Valium when they went into menopause, not too long ago. Because I remember working in the hospital and we would get someone who was, in their 70s or 80s, and they had been on Valium for a couple decades. So we haven't really educated women about all the changes. Palpitations can happen, rise in blood pressure, anxiety, all of that can happen from a reduction in hormones. Okay.
And then,
all right.
Sorry, this is my last
I'm sorry, I have to go to the next caller.
That is one too many. So
one too many questions.
Sorry about that. We are limited. Our phone lines are full. So let's we actually have a break as well. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And we'll be right back with more from Marie. All clear.
East West and Ananda present Joy is Within You, an afternoon immersion into a life of meditation and yoga. Saturday, May 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in person in Bothell. Featuring a yoga demo, storytelling from ancient India, live music, meditation instruction, East West and Ananda farm shopping, afternoon tea and refreshments, and a talk from UN Global Peace Ambassadors Naya Swamis Jyotish and Devi Novak to free yourself from worries, habits, and limiting beliefs. Learn more and register for this free event at anandawa.org.
Have you ever wanted to go above and beyond for your community? Volunteering for your local fire or EMS department is your opportunity. Join a family that will serve with you, always have your back, and train you to be the best version of yourself. As a volunteer, you will meet new people, learn new skills, and make a meaningful impact. Learn more at makemeafirefighter.org. That's makemeafirefighter.org.
Hi, this is Eric Ryder, Operations Manager for 1150 AM KKNW. We value your opinion and invite you to 1150kknw.com to fill out the 2023 KKNW Listener Survey. Your responses help us to shape KKNW to your listening needs. As an added incentive, when you fill out the survey, you'll have a chance to win an awesome prize. Complete contest details and your opportunity to help us shape this station can be found at 1150kknw.com.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by
show. We're live here just outside of Seattle taking your calls. And we're also talking about, we were talking a little bit about victimization. And sometimes people have a lot of issues that they put in victimization, but all of us have at least one area of our life where, you know, things haven't worked out the way we wanted them to, and we feel victimized by that. So whatever area that is in your life, that's part of your work. That's part of your inner discovery. That's part of shifting your consciousness and your awareness, because victimization is just a belief set. It's not, it has nothing to do with what you deserve or what's in your highest good. It just is about some experiences that you've had, even past life experiences that logically makes sense that you went into victimization, but you're here to heal that now. Because when we come to Earth, we're working on our past lives, not this lifetime. This lifetime is like a mirror to remind us about what we need to work on, but we're working on all the stuff that's happened before we got here. And yes, we don't remember what that is, but the little things that are happening in this lifetime remind you of the pattern of your historical, you know, disappointments, so that you can release yourself from that and expand into consciousness and arise above that limited perspective.
Who doesn't love expansion?
Right, expansion. And you know, our Greece trip is sold out. That's very exciting. I know. Our immersion into Reiki is up on the website. We're almost halfway full with people registering for that class, which will be in September. So if you've been thinking about it, you might want to choose to participate. We are teaching that at the Lodge. It's a beautiful hotel in the center of a national or a state park, I should say, St. Edward's Park. It's beautiful, has hundreds of trails that lead down to the lake and all over the place. And the food is remarkable. So we'll have, of course, lunch and snacks and all kinds of good food during our 2.5-day immersion into Reiki, which is going to be super exciting.
Yeah, you'll be well taken care of. We'll just say that.
Yeah,
well
we
taken care of.
will be. We will be. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take now Susie, who's calling in from Northern California area. Hi, Susie. Welcome to the Marie Manuchehri Show.
Hi. Thank you so much for taking my call. I listen to you every week, and I've heard you talk about red light therapy for years, and I have looked into trying to, I know you mentioned platinum therapy, and I've looked into them, and then I see so many choices. I don't know which one to get, but then a friend just told me about a gym, a local gym, well, it's national, but that has red light therapy boost, and it's called Beauty Angel VibraShape booth with the vibrating floor. I went to look yesterday, and I wanted to ask you first before I joined the gym, because I was only going to join the gym to do that unlimited red light therapy. Yes. So do you say that's good enough red light therapy for me to join that gym?
It sounds like fun to me, but this is what you want to look for. The companies that have been talked about in terms of the best are platinum and red rush therapies. And the reason why is because they emanate the least amount of UV light. So, you know, if we're standing in front of red light therapy, near infrared and red light, you want that combination. And there's a specific numbers for the combination. There's a beautiful book called Red Light Therapy, The Ultimate Guide by Ari Ritten. He wrote a beautiful book that you could read about it. So what you want to find out is if the devices that gym is using, what is the percentage of UV light? Because there's going to be some sort of UV light, but you want it to be the least amount of UV light possible, because you don't want to be exposed to sun damaging type of light, right?
Okay.
Right. So that's the question I would ask. And then I would ask if it's near infrared as well as red light, because that combination is the best. It goes the deepest into your tissues. It actually affects your bones. I have so many clients who've had lots of health issues, from cardiac to muscular to degenerative bone diseases who don't require medication or surgeries because of this phenomenal new technology. So those are the two questions I would ask them. And there probably are a lot of new companies that have these products out on the market that maybe they don't emanate high levels of UV light, but I don't know who they are, right? So yeah, so that's why I'm kind of a fan of not just buying some of those mats that people lay on, or even the face masks, and unless they've been researched and they don't have UV light, because then we're going against one of the things we're trying to protect our body from is ultraviolet light. Okay, and is there certain specific things you think it can help me with other than skin? Because they're talking about skin, but I'm looking for bones and that's why near infrared light and red light combination goes deep into the body. They're like lasers, and they go deep in the body and they help you with everything. You might want to read this book by Ari Whitten, Red Light Therapy. He says anti-aging, fat loss, muscle gain, performance recovery, brain optimization. So there's multiple things that this beautiful technology can do, but you need to have the right combinations and then healthy, FDA approved, mechanisms. But your gym sounds like fun. Like I want to go. So that is a positive sign, but I would ask them about the ultraviolet light. Okay, we'll find out. In this, there's a certain percentage that you say is good or not good. Right. So if they're using both of the near infrared and red light therapies, they probably know what percentage you have to have of each one. It's not hard to find. If you just Googled that on the web, I'm looking into the book that just happened to be in my office, but I probably am not going to be able to find the numbers. But these numbers are very common. This area of health wellness has been aware of the numbers that need to come together, but we don't know if they're just using red light only. Are they also using near infrared light as well? Okay, great. Marie, do you think I can get rid of termites in my bedroom by prayer, or do you think I need to tent my house? Because I started wondering. I think anything can happen with prayer and energy, but your energy has to be at a certain vibration about it. And you actually have a positive energy with these termites. Would you agree with that? Well, I've been asking for prayer for a while but then someone mentioned that I have COPD now, and I wondered if yesterday someone mentioned they had really bad breathing problems because of termites in their room. So that's why I started to get concerned. Did they cause my COPD? Do you know about that? Did they cause that? I have no idea, but having bugs in our house isn't good for any of us, right? Different bugs can do all kinds of things just by their excrete in the home.
They crawl in places you don't want.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know if they've created the COPD problem, but I do think the red light therapy will take it away. Oh, okay. I do. All right. I do. Well, yeah, you'll have to keep us posted on that. Otherwise, I'll have to see which platinum therapy machine to buy. So, maybe start with a small one and see how you feel about it. Yeah. I also like Red Rush. They only have a small one. It's fairly affordable. They actually have the least amount of UV light that's emitted through machines so far, or that I'm aware of. So start with a small one and see how it feels. You don't have to go buy a big panel. See what you like. Every day? Is that what you recommend? Yeah, every day. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks, Susie, for joining us from Northern California, 877-825-8828. And let's travel over to Georgia and Atlanta, where we have Amber waiting for us. Hi, Amber. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And today there are, of course, a billion things I could ask, but I'm just going to ask for like a general read and like spirit guides. Is there anything out there?
Yeah, well, there's always everything out there, and no one is void of spiritual help or assistance ever. So you have, spirit guides. You have 19 of them, which breaks down to the number 1. So this lifetime for you is really about new beginnings and doing new things and being more adventurous. But I don't think you're very adventurous. Is that true?
I'm very adventurous. I just haven't been living in my truth of my love for adventure because I've chosen other things. And so I'm really working to get back to that because I know that is my
Good.
true self. And I've been doing a
It's
lot
for
of self
you.
work. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of self work and, you know, have some responsibilities, but I'm very much a free spirit. And I think
Good.
I put that on hold for others because I'm a pleaser and, you know, a big lover. And so, you know, forgot about myself, but I'm remembering myself now and honoring myself. And so that's why I was like, okay, let's just ask for a general read because I know this will help me like bring some pieces together.
Yeah, your life is supposed to be about adventure. And I know we can't always have adventure all the time, but making sure that it's a big part of your life is important for you. It's part of the reason why you came to Earth. When I read your energy, all of your chakras are taking in energy except for two. One doesn't have a leak, but it's not taking in energy based on my visual abilities, and that's your fifth chakra. Speaking more of your truth. Stop people pleasing, please. And I know it's hard. I personally know how hard it is. And then the first chakra has a large leak in it, and this can make you tired and worn out and not give you a lot of inspiration. So it's going to be important that you start pulling up energy from the earth, spend more time outside, walk, garden, jog. I don't know, but spend some beautiful time out in nature because I don't feel like it's a super complicated issue with your root chakra. I just think you have to reconnect to nature.
Yeah, I've been having a tough time grounding lately, you know, and then also I felt that like my throat and my heart were a bit blocked, but I've been doing some work. And so everything you're saying totally rings true to me. And, you know, I usually spend time outside as much as possible, but I've been
Oh,
working. And
good.
so it's just like recommitting to myself, my
Yeah.
higher
Yeah.
self.
And you know, you can take one day, like I do walks in my neighborhood for Charles, or sometimes in downtown locations, but on the weekend, I take him into the woods. You know, I
Yeah.
make sure that I have a 2 hour minimal time period hiking deep in the woods, as deep as I can get, you know, in
Yes.
this suburban area, right? And
Yeah.
it's so rewarding and it's so fulfilling. So just sliver out that time, keep saying no to people. I think that's in your best interest. No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Exactly.
And go have adventures. Have some
Thank
adventures are
you
good for
so
you.
much. I appreciate
You're
your time
welcome.
and love
You're
and
welcome.
energy. Be
Oh,
well.
thank you. It's mutual. And have a beautiful day.
Yeah, enjoy the Atlanta area, Amber.
I
877
love Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've actually never been outside of the airport, but the airport is fun in Atlanta. Sorry, I interrupted you,
That's okay.
Vinny.
No
Go
big deal.
ahead. And yeah, I just love the airport. Everybody's fun and having fun, and it's busy and loud, and there's tons of food. And yeah, I think I'm flying home after Greece, maybe through Atlanta. I'm not sure, but hopefully.
It'll be an amazing terminal visit no matter what.
Exactly.
All right, 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. I think we have time for one more caller before our last break of the hour, and we'll take Carol, who's calling from the local Washington State area. So we're here. Hi, Carol.
Hello, thank you. I'm so glad that I got through today. I'm feeling a little nervous because I know I'm in the air, but I'm going to try to ask as precisely as possible. I just completed a divorce, and I'm really happy about that. Of course, there were some highs and lows, but I'm excited for this new chapter in my life. And I was a stay-at-home mom before, and I know I will have some support for a couple of years, but I'm just really excited and ready to start on my career, and
Yeah.
would love some guidance on my next steps to take with that, so that I can support myself and my son. And that's been the biggest stressor for me throughout the whole divorce process. So I would love any guidance I can get on my next steps with that.
Sure. Great question. Congratulations. I
Mhm.
mean, we all wish that we never would have to get divorces,
Right.
right? We wish that. But when you're not getting along and you don't work together, then, and that's not a bad thing. It just means we've grown or we realize what we need, and we're wanting to create healthier relationships for ourselves. So it's a good thing. First of all, no more worrying about this. Anxiety is going to create problems. Don't spend any time whatsoever worrying about this. It's going to lower your vibration. You're going to have a harder time deciding what you like or what makes you happy because you're going to be in stress, and you won't be able to recognize when something is glowing in your life going over here, over here, over here. What I would do instead is really pay attention to everything that brings you joy, anything and everything, because that's the yellow brick road to what's next. It may not be that thing, but being in that joyful moment can put you at a higher vibration where you then have clarity of what would be in your best interest. So that's what I want you to start focusing on. And don't even look at the timetable about 3 years. You've got to stay out of that anxiety. Otherwise, you're going to do what a lot of people have done in that situation where they have some time period to get reeducated. They're in so much anxiety, they waste that time, and then they end up having to do something they don't even enjoy. So does that make sense what I'm talking about?
Yes, it does. And there's just a little bit of confusion for me where I should be putting my energy, because I did, I'm a hands-on healer and I'm a medium too, and I have a healing practice.
Great.
That I haven't really had a lot of mental energy to put towards that during this time, but simultaneously I've had this new inspiration, new talent come to front for me, and I've been doing that for the last 4 months, and it's brought me more joy than I've ever experienced. So I'm finding myself putting myself more into that than my healing practice, but I'm ready to try to find a balance between the two. So if there are any like next steps that could be taken with my practice in this project, any guidance.
So what's the project? What's the thing that's bringing you so much joy?
Dancing.
Okay,
and
dancing.
I never in a million years would have seen this coming, and I'm channeling.
I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. So here's what I think you need to do. You clearly know how to find things that bring you joy, right? Like that's really not the issue, even though that's what I originally thought was the issue. What I think now would be best for you to focus on is stop combining wealth with work. Stop looking at it that way. Wealth is an energy. We can make it in our work. We can create wealth through our work, but you have to work on this separate frequency and vibration about attracting wealth in your life, no matter what. No matter what's happening in your life, so that you always have more than enough resources, so that if you take a month off from work, you have enough resources. So if you want to stop working for a period of time, you have resources. So you need to work on the vibration of wealth.
Okay. You recently gave me, so I've taken many of your courses, and you recently gave me something to think about with wealth, and I've been implementing that since I received that information. Is there anything in addition to that you would suggest that I do?
No, I think you need to start celebrating what you've accomplished already, and that you're in the vibration of joy. You're working on shifting the frequency of subatomic particles regarding wealth. Could you stop and just appreciate yourself for a while?
I gave myself the month off from healing work to take care of me, and I've been doing a lot of self-love this past month. So I will include appreciating too. And as far as my healing practice goes,
again, I think it's a wealth situation. You need to work on the vibration of wealth, and then the healing practice could be more successful if you want it to be. You might figure out dance with healing, or you might start teaching some form of movement and energy. I think there are tons of options available, but you have to stop focusing on wealth in a negative way, because it will only then attract negative outcomes regarding wealth, period. That's just how it works. Okay.
So in a nutshell, keep up with the thinking about that thing that you suggested to me during interacting with it, and then appreciating myself and letting go.
Yes. I have to go now. Sorry. That's enough questions. I got to go to the next person.
Sorry about that. Actually, we are at the break of the second break of the hour. So let's go ahead and take that, Marie. If you're just tuning in, you are listening to the Marie Manuchehri Show. Number for the show is 877-825-8828. We'll be right back with more from Marie.
East West and Ananda present Joy is Within You, an afternoon immersion into a life of meditation and yoga. Saturday, May 6th from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. in person in Bothell. Featuring a yoga demo, storytelling from ancient India, live music, meditation instruction, East West and Ananda farm shopping, afternoon tea and refreshments, and a talk from UN Global Peace Ambassadors Naya Swamis Jyotish and Devi Novak to free yourself from worries, habits, and limiting beliefs. Learn more and register for this free event at anandawa.org.
Colorectal cancer doesn't stop for COVID-19. Hello, I'm Dr. Cecilia Burrington. If you are age 45 or older, it's time to return to care and get tested. The government requires insurance companies to cover not only colonoscopy, but a range of tests, including virtual colonoscopy and other less invasive exams. Talk to your doctor about your options today. For more information on virtual colonoscopy, visit radiologyinfo.org.
The Marie Manuchehri Show is streamed live over the internet. So if you have friends or family members living outside of the Seattle area, wanting answers to life's questions, encourage them to listen to the show and to call into the show to talk with Marie. If you are interested in receiving guidance on an issue in your life, call Marie locally at 425-373-5527 or toll free at 1-877-825-8828 for her insight into your situation.
Make it a great day. Keep your dial on Alternative Talk 1150.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We're live here just outside of Seattle. And I do have a class that will be in person for the first time since, 2019. It's also online as well. It's at the East-West Center for Self-Realization, and it's all about learn to manifest through the power of self-love. It's on May 12th between 7 and 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, so you can watch it online if you want to, or you can go to energyintuitive.com and sign up on the website. It's going to be really fun, and it's coming fast. We're going to be all together pretty soon, enjoying each other's company and learning in person, which will be very fun for all of us. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Quick like a bunny, señorita. Más rápido. That's what my high school Spanish teacher used to say every time.
Really?
Yeah, totally. It just popped in my head all of a sudden right there.
Cute.
All right. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And we'll take now Jill, who's calling from New York City. Hey, Jill.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
And Marie, thank you so much for being so generous. And thanks to Jen and Benny.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. What can I do for you?
I'm hoping for a mediumship reading today.
Okay. All right.
And I was adopted at birth by the most wonderful parents ever. They were God's greatest gift to me. And they've been gone for many years, and there isn't family here now. I'm divorced. I would love to hear from them and know if they're in contact with me. And then also, there is a man named Jerry I knew about 52 years ago. And on January 10th this year, his presence came to me so very strongly and has been with me. And I haven't been able to confirm that he's passed. And I wonder, if I'm imagining this, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's probably passed. And I think when he came to you, he could have been passing or he was already on the other side. And if for some strange reason he is alive, he's going to be in some form of, decreased consciousness or coma or something of that nature. And, everyone gets to the perfect parents. Like, even if people don't like their parents, you're lucky you love the people who raised you, who were your parents. Like, when people are adopted, that's still divine organization and divine timing. Like, there aren't accidents. I don't think there's accidents when we die. I don't think there's accidents when we are born or adopted or go into foster care, even things we wouldn't want to experience. I think those are part of our decisions that we make prior to incarnating into the physical realm. And your dad was the first person who showed up. As soon as you mentioned family, he the very first person. And he said that he's so shocked by who you are. Like he knew you and loved you, but he didn't really, really know you, not really know you. You know what I mean?
Yes. He passed when I was 13. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes total sense. Wow. I didn't know that you were that young when he passed. And so he's so shocked on the other side, watching you grow and develop and expand and be multisensory, which he, of course, loves. But people who weren't aware of multisensory awarenesses or didn't have personal experiences about it, once they cross over and they can see their loved ones who have those abilities, to them, it's like, oh my gosh, really? On Earth, they have that? Because they're experiencing it all the time and then on physical. So your dad is front and center, and he gives you like blue ribbons, I think of like 4-H blue ribbons, or running in elementary school back in the day, they would give you blue ribbons, right? He gives you blue ribbons, and he says he studies from you. He learns from you. And that can happen if someone hasn't experienced certain things in the physical realm and they really want to, and they have loved ones still on earth, and their loved ones are doing what they hope to do on earth in the future. They take notes. They go, oh, do it that way. Oh yeah, don't do that. Okay. So that's adorable.
So
Pardon?
we're closer, really.
Close. Yeah, much closer. Much closer. I feel like you talk to your mom all the time. Is that true?
I talk to her. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Because I don't think you need me to do any translation for your mother. I'm more than happy to. She has very strong, bright light, especially on the other side. And she's very comfortable with the relationship the two of you have, because relationships don't have to end just because our energy is not in the same dimension, right? That's not necessary for us to have a relationship, that our energy has to be in the same dimension. But your mother has beautiful, bright light. Was she like that in physical form?
Excuse me?
Was she like that in physical form? Did your mom have a lot of bright light?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stunning. And then the gentleman, he's funny, by the way, Jerry, I think is the name. The man, Jerry, that you were talking about, he's really funny. He's a hysterical man. To me, he comes across as very funny. And he's resting still on the other side, learning to rest and relax and, not take life so seriously.
But all is well with him.
When people die, nothing bad happens. I mean, there's no crime, famine, war, nothing like that on the other side. You and I live, and Benny and Jen and the rest of us, we all live in one of the lowest time-space realities ever created. So yeah, they're all good.
And there isn't any message for me from Jerry?
He says you've spent too much time hankering about your old relationship with him, and that you need to hanker about new relationships. He says you've isolated way too much, and you need to at least allow friendships into your life and have more fun and pleasure and interaction. That's what he says.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
thank you. And it was fun to hear the sirens in the background. It's like, wow, an authentic New York moment. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. I actually had a little mention. I smiled and looked at Jen too, and she heard the same thing. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Or if you'd like to visit the website after hours while she's not on the air, it's energyintuitive.com. And we'll take now David, who's calling in from the Bay Area. Hi, David. Welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
Of course, David. What can I do for you?
I just wanted a general reading and to see what my guides are trying to tell me. I know you say that they're always talking. And giving
They
advice.
are always showing you pictures, talking to you, having you run into people so you have experiences. A couple days ago, I was at the hair salon, and after I left, I was reading a book because it was a very long appointment. I went from blonde back to kind of my normal hair color, and it took like 4 hours. And so I'm carrying this book across the crosswalk. I think it's called The Edge. The Edge. It's about becoming more successful in your life. And a woman stops me in the middle of the crosswalk. She goes, "Oh, I love that book." She goes, "Just keep reading it and reading it and reading." I'm like, oh, so messages from guides happen like that. Those really cool, spontaneous. And we had like this tiny little love fest. I'm like, "Oh, have a lovely day." She goes, "Oh, you have a lovely day too." That's another way that the universe is communicating to us. And humans typically just go, "Oh, that was weird," or "I don't know why that happened," or they try to analyze things with their logical mind. They're always trying to look at these intuitive impressions logically. And logic is never intuitive, and the mind will never understand intuition. So do you have those experiences? Because I don't think I'd be talking about them if you don't.
Maybe, but I haven't recently. I think I used to more. And lately, it's funny because, like, you talk about getting quiet and trying to listen. When I get quiet, it's just too quiet. There's nothing out there.
That's good. You're very, 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 very lucky. I want you to enjoy that moment. a lot of humans don't like the quiet in their brain. And then I even have a lot of more noise going on in my life that's necessary. I think that's why I like to walk the dog, because it's kind of a moment of quiet, and I have to pay attention to him. Did he poop? Is he eating grass? Can we cross the street right now? Like, I have to really, really get present when I walk the dog. I think these things happen to you all the time, but you're running your energy too low. Your chakras look fine. You're taking in lots of energy, but you're too much in your head processing. And so you're lowering your vibration, and then you're missing these magical moments. So embrace the quiet. You are blessed to have it, blessed. And get curious about the quiet. Raise your frequency when your mind is quiet. And then I think you're going to be cognizant of an interaction from the universe.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay. Yeah, please do.
I know you don't like when people ask how many guides they have.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious, what do they add up to? If you don't want to tell me how many I have, can you tell me?
No, I'm happy to tell you. You have 13 guides. It adds up to 4, which is a very stable number. So sometimes when people have strong, stable numbers, they need to be less stable. They need to be a little bit more crazy, have a little bit more fun, do things outside of the box, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah. So I think if you can be more playful, do playful, funny, wacky things, you're going to even have more connection to the multisensory world. So you don't have to work on stability. That's a natural part of who you are. You don't have to work on that. You need to work on being a little crazy and in a fun way.
Yeah.
So it should drink more is what you're saying.
Yeah. Play more.
Yeah. Crazy in a good way is what she's saying. Totally.
Yeah. In a good way.
Let loose, have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, David, for joining the show. 877-825-8828. I think we have time for one more, maybe two. We'll see.
Exciting.
It's either Kayla or Kyla. I'm sorry, from Seattle. Which one is it?
It's Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
Kayla.
Hi, Marie. Yes, I've known you for about 20 years now.
Oh.
So nice to see you and hear you. So I am calling for a general reading of my energy or any information coming from my guides, really in this interesting moment of my career, which I was a part of the huge tech layoff. And
I'm so sorry.
I'm a designer. Yeah, I'm a designer that builds websites and mobile applications, and I've never been out of work. And I've been applying for so many jobs. I'm just getting down. And it's like, I moved out of Seattle. So I kind of live a little north Seattle in this like really small town by Mount St. Helens. And
pretty.
So I'm, like, super sheltered. It's beautiful and I love it. And I try to embrace like every moment of it. But I've also got like really sheltered, and I'm also struggling to get a job. Like I have probably applied for like 400 jobs. I'm like, what it's not sticking? Like, what do I need to do? What?
Stop applying for jobs. You're not supposed to do this anymore unless you do it on your own, where you are a contractor and do everything on your own, or, build your own business. But when you've done something a lot and it's not working out, that is the universe screaming at the top of their lungs at you. Stop. Don't do this anymore. What else would you like to do? What else would make you happy? What?
I mean,
that's
I have owned my own business before too. It's just that it's not as stable. And so I'd rather own my own business while I'm working. So like gradually build that like steady income in.
So you're focused on survival. You have to stop that. You cannot put your energy in that and create what you desire. So what I tell clients all the time when it comes to wealth, and don't use the M word anymore, no more money, because that's a low vibrational word. People don't like that word. What makes you super, super happy? And you have to get out of this fight or flight. You get so scared that you're going to end up on the street panhandling. Stop that. Stop putting that into your potential. That's not going to happen to you. So what makes you super, super happy?
Yeah, working with people.
And, no, can't be that. No, something else. What else?
Well, I mean, that's I do find joy in that. Like,
no, that's not it. No, stop. No. It has to be something different, because sometimes people don't make us happy. Sometimes it's annoying. This is going to be something that constantly makes you happy. Like, do you like light shimmering through the windows? Do you like the sound of the ocean?
My plants. I have like a jungle in my house.
Okay, so the
Good.
lights, I was correct. So before you touch your wallet, your purse, put your password into your banking account, go collect financial mail for the rest of your life, every single time before you have any tiny action with finances, you are going to think about light streaming through the windows or the door or whatever for the rest of your life, every single time. So you touch your wallet, you think about it. You open up your wallet, you think about it. You take out a credit card, you think about it. You put it back in your wallet, you think about it. Before you look at the balance in your checking account, before you transfer funds, every single time for the rest of your life, because you need to work on this so you can discover what really brings you joy in the work world as well. Okay? That's your homework. That's all I want you to focus on, period.
And how's my energy? Like, do you see any of my
I'm not going to
chakras
answer
that
any more questions. I have no more time. I've given you exactly what you needed, and you need to go do it.
Your mission is there.
That's your mission. Let's not talk about that. The energy looked great, but we won't talk about it anymore. Okay.
That's it for today.
So that's it for the show. Thank you, everyone. Go and fill out the survey for KKNW. Go to 1150 AM, kknw.com, and fill out the survey. You might win a beautiful trip to Victoria and some cash to eat at Dave's restaurant. And let us know how you feel about KKNW and all the shows here. Thank you, Benny. Thank you, Jen. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.
All clear.